Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, 5th edition Duo Rogues. Last time we made the trip over to the Myconid colony in the Underdark, and we managed to do it safely, which is always something of a treat. Now we have to decide, where are we going in the Underdark next? Because there's several places around that we can go, lots of different missions to try and do. But I think the very first thing we're going to do is this.
Fleshwalker, tongue talker, far you've come. Reach into memory. Tell me of home.
Oh, let's go Wood Elf.
It reveals its own home. Reply. A humid cove filled with decaying Myconid corpses.
Where God destroyed my people, I am a sovereign with no circle. This circle does not welcome me. But I have heard the song. You need to cleanse where God rot. I need to join you.
Very well, you may join me.
Remain in the Underdark, and I will follow. We cleanse the lot together.
Absolutely. So, we gain Myconid Glut, Sovereign Glut to our party as an NPC. They can dash and jump, and they have multi-attack, 3d4 plus 2, 3d4 poison, 3d4 plus 2, or we can animate something that is dead as another subservient to us, which is excellent. It's going to make the fights ahead a lot more tolerable, manageable perhaps. But there are a lot of fights out here, and I don't really fancy attempting all of them, because with a small party they present a lot of danger. So over in, I think that direction there, perhaps, there are a bunch of hook horrors, and they can down us rather quickly, which is often terrible and terrifying. There's a land shark going around just hunting stuff down if it's careful. This is a deep hole.
Even with your keen eyesight, the hole below you soon plummets into an abyss of impossible darkness.
Shout hello.
Your call echoes as it plunges downward before gradually fading away.
Oh, that's bad. Could... No, that is not enough space to jump. There must be some use to that that I'm not familiar with, but we're not going to find out right now, I see.
How much farther can I go?
But if we wander over here, we can see just there are some Bibberbangs.
Left by some charming new monstrosity, I'm sure.
And we can begin to eliminate those, because I'd rather do that from a distance than while we're up close. And then we have these poisonous fumes. Now what we are lacking is a fire cantrip. And we cannot freeze the poison, which could be a problem. Because normally you would just go firebolt through this and everything would be great. But this is 3d4 poison per turn, and it's going to be around for at least another minute and a half or so. But what I want to do is go and investigate down here. So I think we're basically going to take the editorial version of a short rest and be back in one moment. And we're back from our short break. So we can now traverse this safely. I'm just going to send Astarion down, because I don't think we need to bring Glut down here with us. That only stands to be more dangerous. But we're going to move down these knotted routes. And then we're only sneaking here to make sure we're moving very deliberately, because we come out to this field of danger. And we've got Balin Bonecloak at the back there. And I think there's a backpack somewhere over there. There it is. So we want to get that pack to that man. And we are going to do that by stepping forward a little bit more. Very carefully. Then Mage Hand right at the edge of our range. Then the Mage Hand is going to throw this bag to there.
I'm all right.
He gets his bag, casts Misty Step.
God, I can finally breathe. Now, where was I? Did it?
Let's move away
Right.
from the exploded plants, please, sir. Thank you.
Right. As what were you saying?
I went quite through some effort helping you. The way I see it, you owe me.
Yes, of course. For you. Your trouble.
You know, I spent all that energy casting one cantrip. But a Scroll of Invisibility is nice, although I'm not sure we can necessarily cast it, which is slightly problematic. But we'll go back up our routes, because I don't think we could jump down there if we wanted to. I don't think there's anything down there to be gained in 3D space. Yeah, it just puts us at the end of here. And if I were to try and jump, it's an invalid target unless we go all the way into the water, which seems like a quick way to die. Especially without Featherfall. But with that done, we can return a quest back in the village.
Hello again.
Now, we are going to avoid this general direction, I think. The hook horrors pose too much of a threat to me. And frankly, I don't want the run to end. So that's how that's going to go. Severed arm, yeah, that's the kind of thing you expect to find near a bunch of Bibberbang. So now we need to slowly work our way down across the Underdark, seeing what things we find next.
Watch your back.
There's some casual corpses. Gold and poison, very nice. Now where are we exactly? Okay, we're looking down at the fisherman's village, as it were. No one is sneaking, so we're all keeping up with one another.
The camp looks abandoned. And rightly so.
Yeah, it's a long lost camp, but what we want to do is come around here, because there is this executed deep gnome here. And on their person, they have the short sword of First Blood. Uncommon martial melee weapon, 1d6 piercing, a gold blade exquisitely made and astonishingly sharp. Light finesse dippable. The holder of this item gains Break the Unbroken, deals an additional 1d8 piercing damage to targets that still have all of their hit points. So we'll be taking that and handing it to Amunion. And she
Still alive, so that's progress.
we'll be swapping out the +1 steel forged sword for the short sword of First Blood. And then we'll put the +1 steel forged sword as the offhand melee weapon. Now, with that gained, there's several other corpses and things around. But we basically, our main goal is to come to the end of this village and have a fight. But I'm not sure that's exactly what I want to be doing right in this moment. And there's a lot of other stuff to do around here. There's a great big wizard's tower of sorts.
At the ready.
There's many other things going on. What I'm curious about at the moment is why the chest is appearing in silver rather than gold for things that I haven't looted yet, I believe. If we were to jump over there, that's where we came from, so we don't need a direct line over there.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
There's also
Have to keep going.
some drow treasure
Over, then through.
somewhere around here. But navigating the Underdark is not always the easiest thing. Let's hop down here. So long as we don't get to the absolute edge of the prospective location of the incoming fight, we'll be okay. None of this is stuff we need. 3 bombs, though. Absolutely. Does weigh 30, though.
What now?
So that is a lot of weight between the two of us. Can we handle that? Let's split these. So we are 7 pounds too high. What's our heaviest stuff at the moment? Bombs, supply packs, thieves' tools, potions, grease. Basically, it's just a bunch of really heavy consumables. I think it might warrant a trip back to sell off a bunch of this stuff that we don't need. Which is a little dull, but needs must. Anything else on these folks before we go up? No.
This way.
So, back up the rope netting. Hopefully, all of the ladders around these parts work, because there's nothing worse than ladders that don't go to places you want them to. Is that where I think it is? I'm not sure if down there is the location that I think it is, but it's not lighting up correctly, so... There is another encounter in a cave that's even lower than this in the Underdark that I've only attempted once, and it resulted in a TPK. So I don't know if I would try that even if I had the opportunity. But right now, we're going to try and get our way back to the colony. Which is always easier said than done. There it is. Staring it right in the face. So maybe that was actually easier done than said. And Amunian is coming up the rear because she's moving very slowly at the moment. And Sovereign Glut has just decided to stop way back over there. This is Derith Bonecloak. Whilst Amunian is coming along, we can deal with this.
Got my useless old man back. I suppose that's your doing.
It was my doing.
His hands are empty as a whole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough.
Let's show me what you're selling. Complete. Find the mushroom picker. Done. You've got more magic stuff than I was expecting. +1 crossbows, not something we need, but oh, you've got +1 heavy crossbow. That does more damage. What are these? Herbalist Gloves. If the wearer heals a poisoned creature, it is no longer poisoned. Interesting, but not something that we're going to be using all too often. Right, sort by weight for me again. Just by Astarion. This thing is like a pseudo plot thing, but at 20 weight we should probably consider stop carrying it around as much as we have been. But the rest of this really is just consumables.
I have a lot on my mind.
For Amunian, we can get rid of the spare +1 dagger. If I could have my preferred barter screen, please. We can get rid of the boots of speed. We don't need those. Saloon prayer sheet, that can go. Trade me that. Then let me just double check we're showing stuff on this screen by weight correctly, because sometimes it doesn't do it when you want it to.
Of course, it was Bibberbangs.
And the rest, yeah, is all stuff that we basically want to be holding on to, and is going to be fairly important in a fight. But we are currently over encumbered. I wish I could see my weight on this screen, but apparently we can't, so be it. Do I need a potion of psychic resistance? It's only 0.4 weight, that's the killer part. You probably don't need 2 supply packs. And if we need to, we can always come back and rebuy this. So that saves us a chunk of weight. We could end up spending the bombs fairly soon as well. Do you have anything else I could possibly want? Potion of Greater Healing, I will take off your hands. Potion of Invisibility, always nice to have. Plain jewellery, grease bottles, I think we've got plenty of. I can't remember if Astarion has a helmet to sell or if we just threw it on the ground. It seems we might have just thrown it. Although he was wearing the Key of the Ancients for a while, which we do want to hold on to just in case. How much is a heavy crossbow? Oh, we're not proficient in heavy crossbows anyway, so not so much an issue. And it's 3 grand, which is like way beyond our pay grade. So we'll spare ourselves buying any more extra bombs. And we'll leave that as it is. It's a miracle he survived. Seems there's no love lost there. This is dangerous territory. Territory? This is dangerous territory. Not terribly territory. But I'm not interested in this person's life story today.
Years of terror. For what?
Whilst it wasn't a joyful reunion, Dareth has her husband back now. You receive Gloves of Fire Resistance. When the wearer has 50% hit points or less, they have fire resistance. Or Gloves of Flint and Steel. Inside of these gloves are roughened from the pull and release of countless arrows. When the wearer deals fire damage, the target has to succeed a Constitution saving throw or start burning. I mean, that sounds kind of great, but for fire spells we only have the equipped Scorching Ray, and no other cantrips or anything. And where we're going, fire resistance might be more important in the Grim Forge. So we'll take those. And immediately we become encumbered. But we can pop those on. And then the metallic gloves that weigh 1, we can then sell back again. Let's kill that screen, please.
We'll be clearing out soon enough. Empty-handed, of course.
That's fine. Would you please take these metallic gloves off my hand? Literally.
Might as well go myself.
So how does that do us for weight? Astarion's still right on the edge of things. And Amunian is not much better. I should probably just get rid of all these keys. But we'll soldier on.
70 years of terror. For what?
Watch the shadows.
So, Sovereign Glut is just down there. You can cut in between here, but I don't think we want to go back towards the fort. So we'll head out and to the left of here.
Over here.
And hope that we don't get into any big scuffles while Glut is not with us. That would be unideal. There's surely a bunch of other random loot in these parts, because it does seem quite loot rich around here.
Shall we?
Right, can we come across here on the map and then down perhaps? Yes. That's where we were getting to, wasn't it? After we looted the extra First Blood sword. The nice part about a video game is that it's always just going to do that for me. I never have to remember when attacking a new creature that
Step quick.
I should have done an extra d8 damage. Now, here, a lot of these gems we can shoot at or attack otherwise. And you'll see the HP marker at the top decreasing. And now we can collect all of the shards. And if we take a look at the inventory after that, we'll see that those are worth 400 gold, 100 gold apiece. So if we wanted to, we could just sit and farm crystals by shooting stuff for a long time. If I was playing offline, as in not recording, I might do that, but right now I think we're just going to press on. Maybe when the full campaign arrives, I'll worry more about that. Spattered Diary, eh? A badly charred diary with property of Walbron written on the inside cover. In one of the few legible entries, the author wonders if he'll ever see his friend Barkus again, now that he's departed for the surface world. You might remember Barkus. We tried to extort them after we rescued them from the windmill they had been tied to by goblins, if you'll recall. So let's just progress around the locations we can find right now. We're going to hop over here gently. Shoot the torch stalks. Make sure they aren't causing us any undue grief. Because the last thing I want is to be exploded to death. Excuse you, Astarion? That is what can only be described as a land shark. Now, I don't know if now we have retreated from it once, it will stay quiet for a little while, or if we need to be careful in that general area. What I would like is for Glut to be in the same place as the rest of the party. So, can I manually send you to here? You're going to refuse to go down this particular cargo net for some reason. And just go for a little jolly. So long as you don't trigger the bad thing over at the beach. So far so good. As I said, if we get into a fight, I'd rather it be a fight with the three of us, rather than just being alone. Even if his travelling geometry is not the best.
Everything looks new.
Right, let's see if we can get up that cliff there.
Something's burrowed in there. Something big.
Yes, I know about the burrowing. That's why we're going to stay on the closer side to the rock rather than the closer side to the cliff. That's relatively important. And over here... Okay. Apparently we might be in for a fight in a moment. We've been put into turn-based mode very kindly by the game. Gives us a free action to perhaps hop up here. And I don't think there's anything we want to do as a full action. Maybe we'll cast Minor Illusion right there. Then the others are all in turn-based as well. If you would please climb this rock. Thank you. Then we'll end turn. End turn. Amunion. I fear for what might be to come from here. However, with a cunning action dash, our speed goes up to 90 feet, which is enough to get us up here. And we'll end our turn also. And there it is. The bullet. Level 5, 105 HP, and quite deadly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little cliffhanger here, and then next time we are going to try and fight this thing. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.